Yeah, for real.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
We're live, just like
he
that.
just put us live. Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome in, welcome in. It is a lovely Friday night here. Thank you for tuning in to the Quarantine King show. We will have Ronnie joining us. Here we go. Looks like
Hey,
you're getting live action. Little peek behind the curtains there.
that's right. Sorry, breaking the fourth wall, whatever you want to call it.
Oh man,
It's running a little
ruined.
bit late.
The show is ruined.
Good to see you all, and bad to see you all. Welcome in on a Friday. Hopefully, everyone is doing well. A little bit of interesting, exciting news for me, as I was maybe possibly exposed, so I'm stuck at home right now. But I didn't even think, with no commute, how could I be late? But I fell asleep watching the Nets Raptors game, and that brings us to now. But we had a fun show planned for you guys. Obviously, Super Bowl this weekend, UFC coming up, and also, which I will talk about briefly here at the beginning, my favorite golf tournament of the year, the Waste Management Phoenix Open. So, Tyler, how are you doing on this Friday evening?
Man, I'm doing good. It's the weekend is here. That's always a good thing. Of course, obviously, I'm told there's some big football game this weekend. I don't know. Maybe we'll get to that if we have time.
I don't know.
But
After the Pro Bowl, it's just kind of like, meh.
it's all downhill from the Pro Bowl. It really is.
It's
No,
hard to get fired
no.
up about anything else.
Yeah. Seriously, not doing good though. Definitely looking forward to the weekend. Looking forward to the big game. Of course, like you said, we also got a UFC card tomorrow night. Of course, Premier League's going to be going on. NBA going on with or without Kevin Durant, who got taken out of the game today for maybe COVID things. We don't know.
Yeah, I saw that was weird.
Lot of crazy shit going on. Roddy, how are you doing this evening?
Doing all right. Just kind of a weird time. They won't let me go to work because I, like I said, potentially was exposed. So I got tested today at the site over at USD, which I've been to that one before. It's pretty, as far as like going through the line and getting the test, it's pretty great actually. Like I don't think you go to the site and then they have like a QR code, and so you like pull up the website, fill out your info, blah blah blah, put in what site you got tested at, so they can trace the test back to you, whatever. But like honestly, by the time I'm done putting everything in on my phone, it's already like your turn to go. Like it's that fast. The first one I went to over here, like off of Euclid Avenue, was like an hour and 15 minutes waiting in line, and just like crazy homeless people all around. So this is like totally different. It's just a bunch of chill, college students and stuff. So we'll see what happens with the results on that. But otherwise, feeling okay.
Best of luck with that.
Yeah, hopefully I do not have to stay home from work for 3 weeks, because not only is that super boring, but also I won't, they'll pay me, but I barely get paid like 60% of what I would get paid for actually going to work. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'm just loading up one more video or maybe 2. So I think I have one more. Actually, let's start because I'm getting some of these. I have a couple things on the Phoenix Open that I wanted to show you guys. That if you aren't familiar with it, but the big baseball news of the day, kind of carried over from yesterday, was old Bobby Nightingale coming in saying
he never gets it wrong. He never gets it wrong ever.
60% of the time it works every time. But
doesn't make any sense.
Old Bobby Nightingale, always on the spot, comes out yesterday, blows up. Oh, it's done. And the Mets, they got a deal. Which pretty much everyone I know, Tyler texted me. I know Padre fans around here were hoping to get Bauer on a 1-year deal. So the friends of the program that you've seen on here, my radio station buddies, they were all like, but it was Nightingale. I don't know. And then, come to find out this morning, boom, to the Dodgers for 3 years and all the money. That's kind of a lot of money for Trevor Bauer, but hey, I already texted back to the radio station group chat. I was like, you know what? Bauer's nice. I mean, he's an interesting guy, too. He's kind of like a fun social media follow. He's a good pitcher. I don't know if I feel like the Dodgers needed him. Certainly not for that much money. But the most entertaining part is all the Padre fans crying about it. Like, I mean, you guys aren't just going to sign everyone. You had a hell of an offseason, so don't go crazy. But I don't think you guys want him for this much money. Damn, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. I mean, look, he's coming off a hell of a year. 173 ERA, with like less than a .8 WHIP, like just some crazy numbers. Even a couple years ago, 2018, he had like a 220 something ERA. Just a couple really good years, but you look at the rest of his years and like it's all been 4+ ERA. So I'm kind of.
It's not exactly, like the reincarnation of Cy Young here. It's like he was like the name guy this offseason, but it's that's a lot of money.
It's
a lot of money.
He also, granted, he had that amazing game against the Braves in the playoffs, but he also got to feast against a really, really terrible NL and AL Central last year. So I'm hesitant. Like, I'm glad, I'm always glad to see players get paid. Don't get me wrong. And obviously I hope he does well for the Dodgers. I mean, on paper, that's a 7-deep pitching rotation that's going to be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, man, $40 million, can any pitcher live up to that? Like, that's just crazy.
Even if he's good, even if he's really good, $40 million, it's like, okay, like, I don't know if we're ever going to get all that back. I mean, a World Series, that'd be cool. Yeah,
look! If he pitches great and this team wins the World Series, then fine. It's fine, worth it to me. I'm good with that. But again, hopefully it works out.
Well, you know what? Like I said, in the short term, I'm just enjoying the sour grapes from Padre fans as you see them getting very salty on Twitter, as Tyler pointed out. It started almost immediately.
Getting mad because they can't sign, as you said, because they can't sign every player in the offseason.
Yeah,
you've already built an all-star team. You've already made the trades, made the signings to get an all-star team. Like, now you're gonna cry about not getting this other guy. Like, come on.
Let's actually, I want to show you this, Tyler. I haven't showed you this yet, so I don't know how it's going to come through because it's the first time playing the video. But this was the funniest tweet that I saw all day today, as it pertains to the Bauer situation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the record! Told you. Tag team specialists. See, one without the other isn't any good. Oh, I knew he was going to do that. I just knew he was going to do that. He don't need Jannetty. I told you that off and on. Are you kidding? What a despicable act that was. No! Oh, my God. Right through the glass window of the barber shop.
The Mets, in an absolute act of cowardice, running away, diving through the window like that.
I thought you would appreciate that.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Let's check it on the comments real quick. Jaime, I see you. Tailgate time, as always. Thank you, bro.
Always.
Arkansas Slim still on the road. Also, I have a little video from that. I saw Arkansas Slim posted this just so he, just putting it out there. He's still after me, that he does not mess around. This was earlier today, I believe. You don't care.
That dude got in a big rig to come find you. How about that?
He's got a mobile command center. So he's now probably heading west somewhere. Hey, 6 feet, Arkansas Slim. Who knows? Keep your distance. Mask up when you come to break my kneecaps. But yeah, a little white lightning there in the background. I appreciated that as well.
Yeah, that was good.
Total Arkansas Slim move, of course. Suck at mosquitoes. It's a global takeover, which we'll dive into that here in the coming days. Justin, see you. We'll get you on here in a little bit. And already put up the behind the meat curtains. Yes, that's what we will we'll be calling it from now. And I agree. If the Super Bowl isn't on Nickelodeon, I'm not even going to DVR it. I am down for that. Where's the Slime Zone?
That's right.
It's literally a Super Bowl. What's more super than a Slime Zone?
I can't think of one.
That's all I want to see.
You know what? Actually, if they did move it to Nickelodeon, I hope they would build an aggro crag at the stadium too. That would be amazing.
Do you have it? And a couple comments as far as Nightingale / the Bauer situation, a Nightingale life. I'm not totally disagreeing with that. Also, Justin, I think Bueller. As far as the upside goes, way ahead, and they already got him. So you're not having to pay this guy $40 million a year yet. Nick says he can buy a lot of GameStop stock. I don't know. Buy low now if you want to get in. 60% of the time, he's right every time. Good old Bobby Nightingale, just shooting from the hip, just letting him fly. That guy is wow, what a clown. As far as insiders go, how do you still get to be considered an insider?
He's not an insider. That's the thing.
Every time it's wrong. I don't know. His track record is not good.
I don't know if you saw the tweet. It was a week or two ago. The White Sox re-signed one of their starting. I can't remember which starting pitcher it was. And in his description of it, he was like, "Oh, this guy's going to come in and fill the back of the rotation. He had 4 saves last year." And everybody was like, "You're thinking of the wrong person. You've got the wrong pitcher."
I don't think it's him.
It's not that guy. I think he was thinking of Alex Colomb, and it was somebody completely different. But yeah, Nightingale, that dude is just an absolute clown.
Never change, Bobby. Never change. And as Justin says, he's no insider. He's more outsider than Ralph Macchio and Pony Boy.
Ooh, nice reference. Good pull.
A nice deep cut outsiders reference. And in reference to your aggro crag, Tyreek at the 30, at the 40. Oh my God, he's tripped on the aggro crag. There's a cat on the field. He's in the CDW red zone. Shout out Kevin Harlan, the GOAT. And Arkansas Slim has to have a meathead version of Otacon. I don't even know what that means, but I hope he doesn't kill me. Like I said, mask up, Arkansas Slim, before you come in my dojo, because we don't know yet. Waiting for those test results. But as I teased at the beginning and I was loading up the videos, so this weekend, it's always on Super Bowl weekend, which actually throughout I think since the 1970s. And it's more built up now as far as what makes this tournament so cool with the stadium holes. But the Waste Management now is the sponsor. Phoenix Open at TPC Scottsdale. It's a total stadium course, including the infamous hole 16, which is completely surrounded by 20,000 fans. I think this year it's 5. But they do still have fans there. Just, everyone's got to space out and things like that.
Sure.
And as far as the TV deal goes, because of the conflict with the Super Bowl, it's always going to end on Sunday, which is Super Bowl Sunday. It's the rare golf tournament that flips back and forth between NBC and CBS. So whichever network has the Super Bowl, they put it on the other one. So that way it can still be on. Because there was I think it was on NBC when that happened. But yeah, it was the year that the Steelers played the Cardinals in the Super Bowl, and it was on NBC, and it wasn't over yet. So they Arizona fans could not see the beginning of the game, even though it's their own team, because the tournament's there in Arizona. They're playing it. So now they've worked out this deal where it goes back and forth. But definitely just not what you would expect from a golf tournament, because of especially the amount of fans. It's pretty much like Woodstock of golf tournaments go. It's the highest attended golf tournament of the year every year, and the fans, they get after it.
Get rowdy.
They, especially on 16, which is my favorite thing. We've got streakers sometimes. Oh! The fans will boo you if you don't even get within 15 feet. Sometimes I've seen them boo guys for that was a great shot. Boo! They have the Pro-Am before. A lot of tournaments will have these, either a Pro-Am or a par 3 contest before the actual PGA tournament starts. This was Bubba Watson, I believe yesterday or the day before, in the Pro-Am on hole 16, which is 160 yards. So, that's part of why.
Par 3, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of part of some of the reason for the booing. Mostly it's the alcohol. But a bunch of ASU bros out there, just yelling, getting crazy, wearing costumes and stuff. But Bubba Watson took out first of all, he took out a driver on a 160-yard hole, which we know he can obviously hit probably 330 yards with this driver. Most guys on the PGA Tour can. But also it was a bright pink one. And at the Pro-Am, it's even more hype. As you can, listen to the clip, you'll hear they actually just play music in the background.
And he's got the pink driver. Look out! Get there. Get there. Oh, yes!
You've been thunderstruck! Thunderstruck! Yeah, this is why now you're getting the idea. They call the 16-hole the Coliseum, and if you ever see a video of the tunnel to walk out there, it is you just walk out under 20,000 people. Are you not entertained? And the best thing ever though that can possibly happen on 16 is a hole-in-one. My favorite video is this. Actually, I think it was Molinari a few years ago hit a hole-in-one, a pretty sweet one, where he actually bounced it past the hole, but it had, the backspin. He's coming in with probably, I don't know, it's 160 yards. These guys are probably hitting at most, maybe a 9-iron, probably a pitching wedge or a 50.
Probably more like a wedge, I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, but this is my favorite one that I've seen, and this video is, again, why this should be on your bucket list as a sports fan. This is filmed from the crowd when he hit that ace.
Like it. In the trap. Like it. In the trap.
Everyone that was there was so hyped about that, except for the head greenskeeper. He was probably I hate all of you. I hate you all so much.
This is his worst week of the year, every year, no doubt.
We let those savages in here. Go back to Arizona State, you freaks.
But, yeah, I was hoping you would just see some dude just freaking downing, taking a rip from beer bong or something down there. Nick, that's perfect. Yeah, that's it.
The ECW of golf. I love that.
That's it. That's perfect.
And yes, as it is sponsored by Waste Management, the only tournament where you strive to play like trash. Also, I love that I think they've only done this maybe the last 2 or 3 years, but the tee box markers, because now that Waste Management has taken over, they're tiny garbage trucks. So
Nice.
gotta love that. It's
Appreciate that.
even before Waste Management was in there. It's already been called the People's Open, and there's probably like maybe 6 or 7 guys that have hit a hole-in-one on that hole during the tournament. Which, by the way, they take the grandstands down. Like if you go there and just play it, it's just like you saw the desert terrain down there. There's nothing around. So it's totally different when you hit a hole-in-one in front of that many people and people just freak out. And I think people get there at like 5 a.m. at the gate. I mean, you can there's like box seats that you can get for that are thousands of dollars. But for those bleacher seats, you just got to get there early and just as soon as they open the gate, run to the 16th hole and try to get a spot. That's the only way they do it.
You're camping out the night before, hoping you're early in line.
Waste Management does sound like it's mafia owned. That is true.
Could be. They might know some guys.
And the Baron, yes. Shoot 'em or have. Damn you people! This is golf. Go back to your shanties. That's pretty much it's the People's Open. So if there's ever a golf tournament, if you're on the fence, I mean, it's still. I went to Torrey Pines last year with the Baron. It's cool to see these guys up close because everyone is so good. Like even the guys that are having a bad round, you're like, that might be the best golfer I've ever seen in my life in person. Like they're all so good. But this one would be the one to go to just for the scene. Like yes, you're at a PGA event, but the hordes of people, the party type atmosphere. I mean, you see usually every time Ricky Fowler tees off on 16, he actually just works the crowd. He's like, nope, not loud enough. Let's go. Let's get it going. And then, they used to have caddy races where after everyone tees off, the caddies would run down and try to be the first one to touch the green. I think the PGA actually shut that down a few years ago because they didn't want any of these like out of shape caddies to get hurt. Which there were some blowouts
out there on the fairway.
Yeah. And that's a fair point. Actually, I didn't think about that. The groundskeeper probably rakes in 400 plus from the cans on recycling. So that's true. I mean, it's a silver lining for that guy.
Fair enough.
And also, to your point, Justin, I have seen actually Fowler take out a 9 on that hole, which he usually plays pretty well. So, yes, all these guys can definitely blade 160 easily without a 9-iron, but I have seen it. And now we've seen Bubba with a pink driver and like a weird, like, maybe like 2/3 swing. He just kind of like let's see what happens. And of course, just rolled it right up on the green, maybe like 15 feet away. So all these guys are really good. But I just have a special place in my heart for the Phoenix Open. I always just thought it would be a cool thing to go to. So I do want to go there someday. Yeah.
Yeah, no, looks like a great party for sure.
And Justin taking a shot at Fowler. Whoa. You beat Fowler right now. Those are fighting words. I mean, well, if it's fight, you easily could take Fowler. He's like 5'0". But I mean, and then that would be my dream. Just let me get up there with the red glove one time, and probably hit it into the bleachers. Oh, those poor people. Well, you can't boo me if you're unconscious. What about that? All right, there's one guy that's not going to boo me after I brain him with a stray Titleist.
After you glass him,
he glassed me. I'll shoot David Hay. But alas, we have arrived. As I said, I wanted to dedicate, as much time as possible to the big game. I know the Pro Bowl's over, so that's just me.
The other big game, the
next biggest game, which I guess is going to be played, the Super Bowl. We talked about some of the bets, last time. Tyler brought this one up. Today, somebody threw 6,000 on tails this morning. Gotta love that. And that's the second largest because someone did 6,000. How much did they even let you do on prop bets? I thought there was a limit on this.
So no, that's why these were so notable because they usually don't let you throw this much on there. So like I think that's kind of why this tweet made its way out there was because normally on prop bets like I don't even think they let you bet 4 figures on it. Like maybe they let you bet a couple $100, but I mean, props, respect to these guys for laying it out there on a literal coin toss.
What a gambler. I actually heard, I don't know if you're familiar with the Jimmy Kimmel show or Adam Carolla's podcast.
I'm familiar with Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla, yes.
Cousin Sal, who's actually Jimmy's cousin and a huge degenerate gambler. He was on Petros and Money yesterday. I think he just put a book out about, I think it sounded mostly about like terrible bets that he has lost, including he even mentioned he bet on the Nathan's hot dog eating contest one time.
Ooh.
He was like, well, I mean, everyone is, it doesn't really pay that much. So I did the over-under of total hot dogs eaten at like 72 or something like that. And Chestnut goes out with like 64. And then he's like, but then after the fact, he goes, oh, actually, they just didn't count like my first plate of 10 or something like that. So it was 74. And they just accepted that result. And he lost his bet on that. So it's like a lot of bad beats and, interesting, funny stories like that. But
Yeah.
He did say he usually only does the prop bets in the Super Bowl, and he would do something weird like this. Like, I just do a coin toss bet. I put way too much money on it, and then after that, I just enjoy the game. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Either I've won or I've lost, but then it's over.
Well, yeah, look, that's what these guys are doing. Like I said, mad respect to him for putting 4 figures down on a literal coin toss.
What a gambler. What a gambler. But now that we have slid into the football part of the chat here, I do want to bring in, let's bring them in on the Roller Rink Celebrity Hotline. No ID Justin, welcome into the program. No ID Justin, how are you doing this evening? Are you getting hyped up for the Super Bowl?
Super hyped. Super fucking hyped. And by the way, I just commented in the comment section. Pat McAfee today, this afternoon. Patrick McAfee, 30,000 on tails.
There we go.
30,000.
A gambler.
There we go.
30,000 on tails. He has already committed to be giving that out to viewers. I know not to plug another show on this show. They are doing
whoa.
They are doing a pre-Super Bowl run-up show for a couple hours, leading up to the Super Bowl, and I urge
good, because there's not enough pregame coverage for the Super Bowl.
I mean, if you gave me 3 dozen choices and Pat McAfee show is one of them, that's the one I'm choosing. I'll tell you right now. So I will not be watching CBS, or as much as I love my boy Romo, I'll wait till kickoff to hear those dulcet tones.
Dulcet tones.
So
I want to play, Jim. They got to run a screen here.
Here we go, Jim. Here we go.
It's right there. He's got to see it. He's got to see it.
Hall of Famer, first ballot. He's getting in before Rivers. No.
Gentlemen, please, a little decorum.
Yeah, I'm super hyped though. I think it's gonna be a great game. We had the little hair cutter scare earlier this week with the barbershop COVID incident, but that's why you get the Mahomes price, because you get the Mahomes cut. So I think the Chiefs are going to be fine. I heard Kilgore and Robinson are both okay to play. So maybe we'll have a Justin Turner type scenario should the Chiefs win. Maybe somebody's not allowed to come out onto the field and celebrate with their team, something like that. But it's going to be a great game, man. Obviously, let me give you some groundbreaking analysis right here. Whoever wins the turnover battle is probably going to win the game.
Crazy. You are crazy.
Yeah. Hot takes coming at you in full force.
No, I actually mentioned this to Tyler.
Teams should pay top dollar for that kind of analysis.
Oh, they do. They do. I give it out for free anyways, but they do offer me top dollar.
That's like Moneyball next level. Like, nobody has these stats. Yeah. But we mentioned it on Wednesday's show with some of the prop bets. And, one that I was kind of infatuated with was the jersey number of the player to score first over under 17.5. Because then, I'm thinking, well, all right, Hill, AB, like Evans, like, all right, I like my odds there. Hardman, like
Scotty Miller
might punch it in. But then I was like, my luck would be Evans going in for the touchdown. He's got it. Falls down, fumbles. Some lineman picks it up, runs it in. Fat guy touchdown. You lose the bet. That's just the way it goes.
But you get to see a fat guy touchdown. That's worth more than the bet.
Debatable. Yeah. Depends on the bet, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I put my mortgage on this. God.
No, the fat man touchdown is always, especially in a Super Bowl, that would be priceless.
That's no surprise that one of the co-hosts to Big Cock Zone Block Talk wants to see a fat guy touchdown. That does not surprise me.
I want to see it in a Super Bowl. I mean, imagine for that guy, whoever picks it up,
Yeah,
scoops it in and dives on
come
it.
on.
And if we want to work analytics into the scenario, I mean, doesn't that inherently make taking the over in that situation much more probable, considering the amount of players with
numbers.
the jersey number lower than 17,
Right.
17 or lower is a lot smaller than the amount of jersey numbers that are 17 or higher. So,
Hey, these bookies know what they're doing, though. The guys that are most likely to
100%.
score are under that 17 and a
Who do you
half.
think?
But
who do you
all the
think,
other
by the
dudes
way-
on the field are way over that 17 and a half.
Who do you think, by the way, is the Italian that's just sitting in a room somewhere having to come up with this 17 and a half number? He's like, hey, we fucking Scotty Miller. We got Mike Evans. He's just routing off numbers, and then he's like, 17 and a half. You know, like that's what they go with. So,
I mean, you got to have a half in there because that way 17 and 18 is in play. Like you can't just set it at one number, then it's like, oh, that's a wash. Like
the half is always. Since I was a child and I didn't even understand gambling numbers, the half always made me laugh. You know, I remember having conversations like, so are they supposed to score a half a point? How's this work
does
out?
that work? Gotta use that half point.
You did get it. You're like, oh, like that's weird, but it's always there.
Yeah, no. So it's going to be a great game though. I see no way that this isn't an entertaining game. It's a quintessential Super Bowl matchup because for me as a fan, I could see it going a number of different ways, and none of them would shock me. You know, if the Chiefs were to just beat the brakes off them, that wouldn't shock me. You know, if it comes out and it's real slow moving and it's more a defensive struggle the first half, that wouldn't shock me. You know, there's a lot of things that I think a lot of scenarios that could play out that wouldn't be surprising to me. I just think there's so many good players involved in this game, and there's so many dudes that are hitting their stride towards the end of the season that this just makes for a really great matchup. You have a number of matchup issues across the board. Who's going to cover Tyreek? Who's going to cover Kelsey? Who's going to cover, the bevy of receivers coming out of Tampa Bay? Is Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette going to be able to continue some of the success that they've had in the postseason, both running and catching the ball out of the backfield? So is Tampa Bay's defense, are they going to be able to, continue their foray? Is Kansas City's defense going to be able to generate pressure on Tom Brady? I think one thing I think I only heard one person reference it today that's very interesting to note and point out. Spagnuolo is the defensive coordinator in Kansas City. Spags, same guy that was in New York. You know what I mean? Like Spags knows how to scheme up a defense and get pressure on Tom Brady. So that's definitely the guy you want scheming this up this week. And obviously you have a jolly old fellow on the other end who's scheming up the other side of the ball this week along with the enemy. It's just going to be a fun game, man. I'm super hyped. I can't remember a time in recent history where, obviously there's been a long history since my team has been involved in the Super Bowl. But
tell me about it, bro.
This is the first. You were more recent than me. This is.
Does that one even? I don't even want to think about that one though because there's so many hurtful things about that.
Yeah, you both can suck it.
Yeah, shout out Barrett Robbins. There's I'm really excited though to watch these two teams play, and I'm one of these people that I know a lot of people are of like, they would rather see Mahomes get a second than Brady get a fucking 10th, 5th, 6th.
Absolutely
7th.
not. I'm totally the opposite.
Yeah, I'm kind of just down for Brady. Like at this point it's like just keep proving you're the GOAT at this point.
He's already
I
the
don't
GOAT.
care.
Another one, it means nothing to him.
No.
I can't have Mahomes just running out here 25 years old with back-to-back Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Just throw that ring in the pile. That's what Tom Brady says.
Just somewhere in the back.
And plus, to you naysayers that want Kansas City to win, how cool would it be to see a hungry, bitter Patrick Mahomes next year, huh? Yeah? Gets all the way to the Super Bowl and loses to the GOAT? That would be no, not for you guys. Not for you guys. Not for you guys. Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
Wait.
Your team would have to deal with it next year, too.
I was just going to say, wait, don't we play the AFC West next year? No.
Yes,
We don't want. Okay.
So
maybe I'm shifting a little bit on that one. But no, again, I just think it's going to be an exciting, fun game to watch. And it is the true quintessential, like the old cliche, like you couldn't write this script, old 43, GOAT, hands down, unquestionable, going up against this young superstar who right now you could make a serious argument is the only active player in the NFL who even has a chance to sniff
Right.
some of these, all-time records.
Yeah.
So, especially when it comes to postseason, I heard a stat today that Tom Brady has attempted 396 passes in the postseason alone. That is insanity. Like that's just
Yeah.
insane. So, yeah, it's gonna be. I do too, Jaime. I'm right there with you. I could give two shits who wins. Now that may change depending on if I'm able to get entertainment purposes only wagers through before
Well, I mean,
kickoff.
that's implied. That's
That
understood,
may
I would think, at
sway,
this point.
Please believe that.
but I'm right there with you, Jaime. I just want a great game. I want a fun, entertaining, back and forth game. I don't want somebody going up 31-0. I don't want, a bunch of sloppy play and multiple turnovers in the first half. I just want to see a good, enjoyable, entertaining game, start to finish.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I can hope for because I'm just resigned to the fact that the Chiefs are going to win. I think the offensive line issues kind of add some of the intrigue there, with Shaq Barrett and JPP maybe licking their chops at getting a run at some of these guys. But
100%.
the Chiefs, they honestly have been of the opinion that they were kind of just sort of toying with teams, throughout the year. Like, all right, but then when we need it, Mahomes just pulls it out, gets it done. Like,
Yeah.
you can't double Kelsey and Hill at the same time. Like, one of them's going to get off, or one or the other. Like, pick your poison. Like, I guess you just gotta, on the times when you don't, and they get them in a one-on-one or something, just hope that somebody breaks up the play, makes a great play, they drop it or something like that, because they just keep coming at you. It's just like too hard
so
to slow
good.
down for an
So
entire
good.
game. I
So
just don't hold out too much hope. You know what, Tom Brady? Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
I heard actually another little weird nuance too that the tackle that's actually going to be one of the tackles that's going to be slotting in for Kansas City is the same tackle that Von Miller demolished when
Yeah.
Von Miller got Super Bowl MVP. Von Miller's understudy and backup on that roster, Shaq Barrett. So that's an intriguing situation right there.
And he definitely got worked out by Von. I mean,
He did.
I'm not going to say he just gave
lot
Von
of
Miller the
people did.
MVP,
Yeah.
but yes, at that time, a lot of people did. And
Yeah.
his, I don't know, lack of ability to stop Von Miller, we'll just say it more politely like that, gave Von Miller the MVP. Because it was pretty bad watching that game. I was
It
just
was.
like, dude, this
For-
poor guy. Like, he is just, he
For
ain't in it.
obvious-
Like,
For obvious reasons, I'm going to make the comment. DeMarcus Ware made Von Miller, but that's another
why
story
would you
for
say
another
that?
day.
Why would you say that?
Another story for another day.
Huh.
I have no idea why it's.
I don't know, Tyler. What are you thinking? What are you expecting for this game?
So I kind of been thinking about it more the last couple of days. You mentioned the defensive line that has been really showing up for Tampa in these playoffs. Rodgers can move pretty well. All the other quarterbacks they played, like, nobody moves like Mahomes does. Like, you can't just pin your ears back and go after him because he'll just take off. So I like that's a really intriguing thing to me. It's like, okay, like, what are they gonna do? You can't just go full bore because you're gonna run right past him. But you also can't be too hesitant because you're gonna give him time. And if you give Mahomes time, I mean, we've seen he can create his own time. But if you give him time, he'll find a guy. You can't cover Hill for more than a second and a half. Like,
cover him at all.
You can't cover Kelsey. Kelsey just always finds his way open. The running backs will find ways. Like, it's just the front seven of the defense for Tampa against Mahomes, that's the matchup I'm really intrigued with.
Yeah.
And the thing with Mahomes too is, yes, he can take off and run. I mean, he's pretty quick. Like, he's not like a slow dude. But the thing that makes him just super dangerous is he'll just run around and still get off just a dime. Like, he's still looking to throw right up until he crosses the line of scrimmage. He's still like, and he'll just do some, his weird little slingshot throw, just like, and he just dropped it like 45 yards down to Kelsey or something like that. So it's not exactly like, all right, we know this guy can run. We got to box him in, like, keep the sideline, it doesn't even really work with him because he can run, but that's never his first option. Like, even when you think like, all right, well, play broke down, he's still going to run for 9 yards. No, he's looking to throw for like 35 yards on that play.
Yeah, until he crosses that line of scrimmage, he's looking to throw it.
No, 100%. I think it is interesting that Falcons, when they had some decent success against them, they were playing a cover two. I know the Raiders played a lot of cover two when they
As
were
is
able
tradition.
to beat them earlier this season. So there's it's obviously not as simple as like play cover two, you can totally stop them.
We
But
got it. We got the
you know,
recipe. Like the oldest defense in football. Come to find out, he can't figure it out.
yeah, totally. I just think yeah. Like all you gotta do is just play cover two. He's totally lost. He snaps the ball and he just spikes it. He can't do
works
anything.
in Madden all the time. You just run the same defensive play over and over.
That's it.
Works
That's
every
it.
time.
No, it's gonna be intriguing though, definitely. The chess match that's gonna go on, and it's funny to say it, but it's almost like it's an Andy Reid. Not even Andy Reid. It's a Steve Spagnuolo, Tom Brady chess match, and then it's like an Andy Reid, Todd Bowles
Todd
chess
Bowles.
match. So
Winstonest man in the NFL.
it's just going to be fun to see how these teams react throughout the game and how they make adjustments, because both of these teams are very efficient at doing those things. So I still it's so tough to pick 3-point spread. I'm hard pressed not to think that Tampa Bay can't do enough to control the ball, and with Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette, I do think they could have the ability to kind of drag this one out. But again, it's Patrick Mahomes. It's the Chiefs' offense.
I still think just the Chiefs, like I've put it out there, I think they're just too good. But I do like the added factor that they already played once this year, so that is a big deal in the NFL.
Sure.
Not so. Yes, there's going to be fans there. I'm not super bought into it's actually in Tampa. Like it's the first time it's ever happened. Like the home team, whatever. If anything, the offensive line issues is going to be the biggest factor, way more than they're at their home stadium. Like it's a huge advantage. Like not really, but and the Chiefs are just that good. But I do like the fact that they have already played once. So it's hard to beat the worst team in the NFL twice in the season. So there is something to be said for that. I just, I'm hoping against hope that Tampa can really show up. They do have a good team, and they have been like that. Like the Chiefs, we already knew were probably going to be in this game. Yeah, they look kind of like going through the motions sometime this year, but at the end of the day, look at the record. They were still the best team in the league. Tampa's that team that's coming together at the right time, and they were kind of thrown together with all these guys they added too. So, that's to be understood that they would sort of just congeal as the thing goes on.
They were definitely thrown together, but I think, make no bones about it, this was the expected outcome. Maybe not as the year progressed, and especially towards it with the season that Aaron Rodgers put up, and things of that nature, but as soon as everybody was right on the same page for the most part. As soon as Brady signed with Tampa Bay, and then we saw them start putting that team together. Okay, Gronk's coming out now; he's going to come back. Okay, they got Fournette, who's really only been in the league 4 years, even though to most of us it feels like he's been in the league for a decade.
Forever, yeah.
So it's like they were able to kind of put that together, and I think this was the goal. Obviously, that's the goal for every team, but this was the expectation for most people, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be good to see. So, and to Tyler's point, what he was saying about Mahomes just being able to kind of always keep his eyes downfield, and how do you stop that guy, when he's able to extend plays. I think that is the one chance that Tampa has, is if, Pierre Paul's very athletic. He plays way above his finger count. But Shaq Barrett, again, also very
high
athletic.
motor, no fingers.
Yeah. They have, Devin White is an absolute stud. They have enough. They might have the fastest core of linebackers and pass rushers in football. But again, if he's able to extend these plays for prolonged periods of time, you're gonna lose out more often than not when Mahomes is the guy slinging the ball. But if there's that chance that they can just get through and get to him quick, and at least adjust or get him off his mark. And granted, Mahomes is a guy that's proven in the past to be able to throw from multiple platforms and make all the throws. But if they can get him off his mark and get him moving his feet a little more, get him, get his inner clock a little off, that's going to be enough, I think. It's not going to be they got to sack him 6 times or anything
Yeah,
like
no, I
that.
think
I just think they got to get in his face and make him uncomfortable. That is it. And I think Tampa Bay their offense can more than hang, So
the thing
it's
with
going to be
Mahomes,
such a fun
because
game.
of the unique stuff that he can only do in the NFL, even with we're talking about the best football players in the world, and he's the only guy that can do this stuff. Like, honestly, him throwing the ball away is like almost a sack on him. Like, that's a win, like on that play for a defense.
100%.
Because he's never
100%.
looking to throw the ball away because he knows he can throw from anywhere. So if you see Mahomes throw the ball away, if you're that defensive coordinator, whatever team it is, you're just like, yes. Like, that's like the ideal outcome right here. Like, yes, a sack would have been the best, or a turnover.
Talk shit to
But
him.
if he's throwing the ball
right away, throw it away, bitch.
Get rid of it.
Justin, there was something, and I think we talked about this off air on Monday. I'm pretty sure this is off air. There's a matchup that we're not going to be able to see, but if there was a way they could negotiate this, can we get the Tyreek Hill, Scotty Miller, 1-on-1? Who's the fastest man? Like we were saying off air, Justin. You said maybe make the deal like, hey, we're not even going to throw to these guys. We just want to see it. Let them line up across from each other.
Yeah, let them cover each other for a play apiece. Yeah, that's it.
Or
that's a matchup I wish we could see.
Old school XFL kickoff style. Just have them run for the ball.
And then somebody separates their shoulder and is out for the year. Yes.
Well,
I mean, the year's short at this point.
Right?
Yeah. It's because they didn't hold anything back.
These guys are leaving it all out there, including labrums and stuff. Who knows?
I mean, what a giant win for the Caucasian community that would be, though, if Scotty Miller's able to pull that one off. I know, white privilege.
The heir apparent to Tim Dwight. The
white privilege and all that stuff. But if we could win an athletic contest, a contest of foot speed, let me tell you, buddy, we will hold on to that one for generations. Be telling our great grandkids, I got Scotty Miller, man. Everybody thought Tyreek Hill was the fastest. Lightning showed up.
He's going straight to the 4x100 meter relay team in the Olympics if that happens.
Oh, 100%. He's got to be there.
I mean, I have seen Tyreek Hill just dust multiple people, like give them like 20 and 30 yard head starts and fly by them.
Justin, do you know who you're talking to? We've seen him dust people before. We've seen him dust our people
every year for seemingly forever now, even though
it's twice a year for multiple years.
Hey, you know who he's never dusted? Derwin James.
Derwin James never plays.
Exactly. He's that's
a loophole.
Guy. That's a smart guy right there. He's like, hey, Tyreek Hill can't beat me if I can't beat him.
Shoulder's a little tight. I don't think I can go. Nah.
Ironically, coincidentally, I mean, it's always in training camp too. So it's almost like, when do we play the Chiefs? Oh man.
Man, I got that Tyreek flu. Nah. Yep. Just not feeling it.
Yeah, it's going to be so. Let's hear it here. We've only got we're coming up on time here. Predictions for the game. Give me a winner. Give me a score.
I gotta go second at least. I can't go first on this one.
All right, I'll go first. And as you know, I also, as far as like straight wagering goes, I usually in the Super Bowl. I mean, the Chiefs are kind of a different animal, and
these predictions are for entertainment purposes only, by the way.
Of course, that as well. And honestly, the Buccaneers offense with all the weapons they have, kind of a different animal as well. But when it's two like super-powered offenses coming together in the Super Bowl where it slows down, I like the under. I still think, as you know, the Chiefs. I'm going to say, give me Chiefs. I'm going to say Chiefs 33, Bucks 24. I'm going to go with that.
33-24 Chiefs, so they were covering. They're covering in that situation.
They are covering. But that would get the under, I believe. I think the under is like 57, 58, or the over-under. Okay.
56. Yeah.
So
Oh, then that wouldn't get the under. Damn.
I am gonna go 25 to 28.
Ooh,
Buccaneers
25.
win.
I like where your head's at.
25 to 28.
28 bucks.
Buccaneers win.
Ooh, I like how you said the low score first.
Here, here.
25 to 28 bucks. I think you're going to see a scenario late where Kansas City has to score and then get themselves maybe a 2-point conversion to try and get it within 3, and Tampa Bay's defense is able to stop them down the stretch. So I know that's a little low scoring too, but this is really just me wanting to pick the Buccaneers. I'm going to be honest.
I'm with you.
Honestly, if you would have picked the Chiefs, I was going to pick the Bucks just to be different.
I got you, buddy. Go ahead. You can be right. It's fine.
I'm going to go – you know what? I'm going to go for the craziest inning of the Super Bowl ever. Fuck it. Let's go 36-35 Chiefs, last-second touchdown, last-second 2-point conversion to win.
None of you guys could have picked something that ended in both twos. I hate you guys. You know my Rocket Mortgage squares?
Fine.
Yes,
fine.
I got the short end.
2-2, and they call it a draw.
Yes. All right, we're gonna have Hill and Miller race for it.
It's gonna be 102 to 12.
Per the union, we can't we can't do more than 5 overtimes. So per the union, we're just gonna have these two fools race.
Yeah. Then we get our Tyreek Hill, Scotty Miller.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I am looking forward to it. I know it's not going to be, as big of a show for everyone out there with, Super Bowl parties or going out to different places and watching it. But as I told you guys, COVID thing's still definitely going on. So just be safe. If you do have, a few people over, just people that you've already been around, that sort of thing, don't probably blow it out and go crazy. That's
certainly not Ronnie. Don't invite Ronnie.
Yeah, no, probably not. Probably not. Wouldn't be best. But and I'm still, negative for now. I don't know. We don't have the results. But guys, have a good weekend. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the UFC. Enjoy Phoenix Open. All the good stuff. Just be safe. We will get back with you on Monday. Thank you also, Justin, for hopping on.
No doubt.
And Tyler as well for helping me out with some of the pre-show setup while I took my Brooklyn Nets Toronto Raptors nap. But it's
going to be a packed Monday.
Big Monday.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Justin, thank you. As always, love having you on here.
Pleasure. My pleasure.
We might as well just say the official third man of the show. It's not even unofficial now. You've co-hosted so many times it's official.
I'll take it, man. Take it.
But hey, lightens load on me, so I'm down.
I mean,
that's true.
When you have a guy with such a murky kind of checkered lifestyle as your co-host, you need somebody who's always on call just to come in, because you never know when that main host is going to be dodging, bookies, or
I mean, they're out there,
or like whatever he did to get kicked off that other time. I mean, it's just
look, Ronnie's
so scary.
Look, if Ronnie hears a trucker horn in his neighborhood for the next few days, he's gonna be shitting himself because Arkansas Slim's on the way. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy the game this weekend. Stay safe. You know the drill. Keep the fire.
Keep the fire.
Let me give you a little truck horn before we go.
Oh, let's hit it.